Everybody's walking toward the dead road on a place in a foreign world. Tidal waves and broken like a starlet. I am drawn, but I'm made for her. I was made to fall in love with you. I was made to fall in love with you. Sticking to the roads that we had left here. Summer eyes have left this place, and everything I want to give you has been broken on your face. I was made to fall in love with you. I was made to fall in love with you.
Good afternoon and a very warm welcome to the wedding of Ryan and Charlotte. Just before we begin, can I ask you just to take a moment to check your mobiles are either turned off or on silent, please. And a little note about photos. If you can refrain from taking them during the ceremony, that would be most appreciated. We will call you forward at the end for you to take the photos as you wish. So can I ask you please to stand to greet our lovely bride and her bridal party. Everyone like to take the seats, please. Good afternoon, everybody, and a very warm welcome to Astley Bank today. My name is Geraldine Kellett, and it's both a pleasure and an honour to be standing before you all conducting the marriage of Ryan and Charlotte. I'm accompanied by my colleague Carol Walmsley. She's the registration officer who's going to record today's events for us. So as we begin, I'm going to ask each of you in turn to confirm your full names to me. And Ryan, if you'd like to begin, please.
Ryan Burton.
Thank you, Ryan.
Charlotte Chloe Gibson.
Thank you, Charlotte. Your wedding day is one of the most important of life's milestones. You are asking your family and friends to share your happiness and witness your expression of commitment to each other. It needs to be celebrated in a way which is true to your ideals and will provide strength and inspiration for the rest of your lives. Marriage joins two people who trust in the love that they have found. It is a partnership in which each can grow, be their true selves, whilst also becoming part of the other. It expresses the confidence that human warmth and dedication to the well-being of each other can overcome whatever the future may bring. So this room in which we are gathered has been duly sanctioned according to law for the celebration of marriages. And we're all gathered here this afternoon to witness the joining in matrimony of Ryan Burton and Charlotte Chloe Gibson. And I have to ask everyone at this point, if any person present knows of any lawful impediment to this marriage, they should declare it to me now. Just what I like to hear, so I think we're very safe to move swiftly on. Ryan and Charlotte have come here today to make a declaration of their love for each other, and now wish to offer each other the security which comes from legally binding vows sincerely made and faithfully kept. You, their family and friends, are here to witness this occasion and share the joy which is theirs. So Ryan and Charlotte, today you will exchange vows which will unite you in marriage. The words that you'll say to one another will be a formal and public pledge of your love and a promise of a lifelong commitment to each other. So before you are joined in matrimony, it's my duty to remind you of the solemn and binding character of the vows you are each about to make. Because marriage in this country means the union of two people voluntarily entered into for life and to the exclusion of all others. So I'm now going to ask each of you in turn to declare that you do not know of any lawful reason why you should not be married to each other today. So Ryan, I'm going to invite you to say these words after me. I do solemnly declare.
I do solemnly declare.
Doing well. Yeah, that I know not.
That I know not.
Of any lawful impediment.
That I do not know of any lawful impediment.
Why I, Ryan Burton.
Why I, Ryan Burton.
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Charlotte Chloe Gibson.
to Charlotte Chloe Gibson.
Charlotte, are you ready? It's your turn now.
I am.
I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I know not
that I know not
of any lawful impediment
of any lawful impediment
why I, Charlotte Chloe Gibson,
why I, Charlotte Chloe Gibson,
may not be joined in matrimony
may not be joined in matrimony
to Ryan Burton.
to Ryan Burton.
That's lovely. Now we're going to take a short break in your ceremony, and I'm going to invite Gabrielle to come forward for the very special reading you've chosen today, and it's called The Promise.
You promise to give each other the best of yourselves and to ask each no more that you can give. You promise to respect each other as your own person and to realise that your own interests, desires and needs are no less important than the other. You promise to share with each other your time and attention and bring joy, strength and imagination to your relationships. You promise to keep yourselves open to each other so that each other see through the window of the other's world into the innermost fears and feelings, secrets and dreams. You promise to grow along with each other, to be willing to face changes in order to keep your relationship alive and exciting. Each of you promise to love the other in good times and in bad, with all you have to give and all you feel inside in the only way, completely and forever.
Thank you, Gabrielle. That was lovely. Thank you so much. Marriage is a personal, intimate decision, but a large part of its importance comes from its recognition by those who are close to you. So I'm now going to ask you both in the presence of your family, friends and witnesses. And Ryan, I will ask you first. So do you, by your own choice, freely and willingly enter into the legal union of marriage with Charlotte?
I do.
And Charlotte, do you, by your own choice, freely and willingly enter into the legal union of marriage with Ryan?
I do.
You've both just publicly declared your freedom and intention to marry. So I'm now going to ask you to make the declaration which will unite you both in marriage. And for this special moment, if everyone would like to stand, please. But just before you say that solemn declaration to one another, I'd like to ask, who gives Charlotte to be married to Ryan today?
I do.
Would you both like to come forward? Would you like to take hold of Charlotte's hand and offer her hand to Ryan, please? Thank you, that was lovely. Thank you. So Ryan, are you ready to say these words to Charlotte after me?
I am.
I call upon these persons
I call upon these persons
here present
here present
to witness
to witness
that I, Ryan Burton,
that I, Ryan Burton,
do take thee,
do take thee,
Charlotte Chloe Gibson,
Charlotte Chloe Gibson,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
These are my solemn vows to you
These are my solemn vows to you
on this our wedding day.
on this our wedding day.
All that I am, I give to you.
All that I am, I give to you.
All that I have, I share with you.
All that I am, I share with you.
Whatever the future may hold,
Whatever the future may hold,
I will love,
I will love,
cherish,
cherish,
and respect you
and
always,
respect you always,
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
Perfect. That was lovely, Ryan. Charlotte, are you ready to do the same?
I am.
I call upon these persons
I call upon these persons
here present
here present
to witness
to witness
that I, Charlotte Chloe Gibson,
to witness that I, Charlotte Chloe Gibson,
do take thee, Ryan Burton,
do take thee, Ryan Burton,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
These are my solemn vows to you
These are my solemn vows to you
on this our wedding day.
on this our wedding day.
All that I am, I give to you.
All that I am, I give to you.
All that I have, I share with you.
All that I have, I share with you.
Whatever the future may hold,
Whatever the future may hold,
I will love,
I will love,
cherish,
cherish,
and respect you always,
and respect you always,
as long as we both shall live.
as long as we both shall live.
That was lovely. So can I ask you please to take your seats again, because we're now moving on to the moment where you're going to exchange your wedding rings. Because you need your hands free for this operation, don't you? So, yeah. Because the giving and receiving of those rings is the traditional way of sealing the contract you've just made. It is an outward sign of the lifelong promise you've just made to each other. So, Colby, I understand you've had the very important job of keeping those rings safe. Yes. Colby, would you like to come forward? Would you first of all like to take Charlotte's ring from the box? Can you see which one that is? That's lovely. Would you like to hand that to Ryan? Oh, lovely. Thank you. Would you just like to have a little seat now for a moment? So, Ryan, would you like to take Charlotte's hand?
Yes.
Place the ring on her third finger of her left hand and say to her, I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a token of our love.
as a token of our love.
Wear it always
Wear it always
and remember the promise
and remember the promise
I've made to you today.
I've made to you today.
Make sure it's nice and firmly on your So, Colby, could we have, could you come and present Charlotte with Ryan? Thank you. So, Charlotte, would you like to take Ryan's left hand? It's already there, that's lovely, already in place. If you'd like to place the ring on his third finger and say to him, I give you this ring as a token of our love.
As a token of our love.
Wear it always
Wear it always.
and remember the promise
And remember the promise
I've made to you today.
I've made to you today.
And then make sure it's nice and firmly on his finger.
It's on.
Good, that's good. Is it firmly on?
Firmly on.
That's what I like to hear. So as we bring your ceremony to a close, I'd just like to remind you both that from today you are pledging to yourselves and everyone gathered here that you intend to be together through good times and bad, whatever life brings, and that you will love, respect and support each other always. This day is the start of a new life together, and we all hope the feelings of love you have for each other will deepen and grow stronger in the years to come, and you will live rich and fulfilling lives together. You've both made the declarations prescribed by law, and you have made a solemn and binding contract with each other in the presence of us all gathered here today. You've also symbolised your marriage by the joining of hands and the giving and receiving of rings. So it now gives me great pleasure to declare that under civil law you are now legally married and husband and wife. Congratulations to you both, and I'm sure you know what to do now.
Take my hand, we can get lost together. Let's begin a life that we live forever. Oh, let's go. Let's build the world that we both love. Take
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Paul, father of the bride. I've enjoyed thinking about this speech, really, and for Charlotte as a child. Brought back some heartwarming memories. Nothing major, just small things, really, everyday stuff. Trips out, Granada Studios, holidays, piggybacks in the park. I remember her running her fingers through my beard. Reading Mr. Men books at bedtime. Charlotte used to fall out of bed a lot as a child, and she would sleepwalk as well. She would just come into our room, stand by the bed in the darkness, and frighten the bloody life out of you. Charlotte used to like malt Batizas, as she called them, and a little fairy up liquid in a doll's bath. She was a born mother. She loved her dolls and taking care of them, but there was one special one called Market Baby, which her nana bought from Middleton Market. Charlotte's nana, Marjorie, was a very important, very special person in our family, and she would be very proud to see her granddaughter here today. I know there are others who are not with us today and some who couldn't make it, so if you could remain seated and join with me in a toast to absent friends. Absent friends. Absent friends. Charlotte always loved water and swimming, and she got a bronze, silver and gold award, swam a mile. She was also one of the highest graded girls in judo for her age. I have the newspaper clipping framed on the wall. Unfortunately, she gave up judo after hitting puberty. She thought the teacher was a perv. I knew him, and he was a bit of a perv. So when you raise your children, you have a plan and you want to teach them and guide them well. You want them to learn as much from you as they can, like how to make a roll-up and gambling responsibly. We used to watch educational programs like Jeremy Kyle and Jerry Springer. This would give her a good grounding and advice in relationships and where to get a DNA test. This plan was all going well until Charlotte hit her teens, and then she didn't want to learn anything more from me. In fact, she didn't want to know me. But like many parents with teens, you lose them for a time. Then gradually they come back to you. When Charlotte came back to us, I started learning from her. I watched her grow into a woman over the years, how she spoke with people and her actions, and saw how kind, caring and unbelievably generous she was. I watched her with her children and see how patient she is and how she goes to extremes to meet all their needs. Even with me, she would worry if I was out in Manchester and called to see if I was okay. Well, this was often when I was in the middle of my first pint. If I was ill, she would turn up with the contents of a pharmacy and be ringing the doctor. She got me a course of vitamin B12 injections once, citing it may help with my decreased memory, fatigue and irritability. However, it warms my heart to know she cares. So when I've watched her over the years, many times I would think, I want to be like that. She's a rare and beautiful person who is an angel, and I can't tell you how much I love her and how proud I am. Most father-in-laws have their fingers crossed behind their backs about the choice their daughter has made. I've had the good fortune of working with Ryan over the past few years, and I love his standard of workmanship. I'm sure many of you have seen the chandeliers that he's put up, which are stunning. He's equally as impressive with the wiring of a fuse board. But what I admire most is how comfortable he is using customers' toilets. In fact, I remember it must have been Ryan's first or second visit to our house when he blocked our downstairs toilet. Charlotte took one for the team and told me that she'd blocked it. I went in and, my God, what a mess. Charlotte may need some medical attention. It wasn't normal. Anyway, after a long battle, I was victorious and was told months later that Ryan had done it, much to my relief. Ryan is a good father. I remember a time when he and Charlotte lived at their last house, which was a lot smaller. Ryan would bring all his tools home after work, and there would be a screwdriver, hammer, or tube of filler on the kitchen surface. Anyway, Kobe was a baby and needed a nappy change. He had a bit of a rash, so Ryan stepped up, changed his nappy, cleaned Kobe up, and applied the cream. When he felt his fingers stick together, he looked at the tube which read super glue, and then looked down at what a fine job he'd done of sticking Kobe's balls to his leg. Happy days. But seriously, I enjoy his company. Going for a pint with him. I know getting to where he is now has taken a lot of courage and determination. He's had his fair share of failure and bad luck, and he's gone beyond the point most people would be willing to go and made his business a success. I know there's no better man I could pick for Charlotte. I love him as part of our family, and I feel very proud of the business he has built. He's an absolute credit to his parents, Adele and Carl. Both Charlotte and Ryan are good together. They work well as a team, looking after each other and providing for their family. They put in the effort and go the extra mile for their children to keep them busy and active. It's a comfort for any parent to sleep well at night and not worry about their children. With Ryan by her side, I have no worries, and I feel blessed to be a part of this wonderful family. Part of my speech, and in line with tradition, is for me to give some marital advice to you both. Well, Kim and I have been together nearly 33 years, and she is my soulmate. I think if you love someone with all your heart, you'll find ways to work through whatever life throws at you. We're all different. We express love in our own way. I think the small things in life give meaning to a relationship. I've been sat with my wife in our greenhouse drinking wine and had the best time. I have no desire to be somewhere extravagant or in a foreign country. The small things in life are important. The things you do every day, holding her hand, opening a door for her, sharing stories of your day, small things that say, I love you and I'm here for you. So all that's left for me to say is congratulations. I wish you both a lifetime of love, happiness and laughter. So if you could all stand, raise your glasses in a toast to Mr. and Mrs. Burton. Mr. and Mrs. Burton.
First of all, I'd just like to say thank you for Paul's speech. It's going to be tough to beat that one, to be honest. Although he's already covered the toilet situation, it was in the speech. So first of all, on behalf of my wife and I, I'm starting already. We would like to thank you to our special day and thank you all for coming. We are thrilled to have so many of our family and close friends celebrating with us today. Some of you have travelled a long way to be here, and for that, we're truly honoured. I can honestly say it wouldn't be the same without you all being here today, although it would have been a lot less stressful doing this speech to an empty room. I am going to start off with the in-laws first of all, Paul and Kim. I personally would like to say thank you to my in-laws, Paul and Kim, not just for the generous contribution to this day, but also for giving me permission to take on the role of loving and protecting Charlotte. I know how important Charlotte is to you both, and I promise to always make your daughter my top priority and to never leave her side. I appreciate you welcoming me into the family with open arms, and I would like to thank you for everything you've done for us both. As far as in-laws go, I can honestly say Kim's a great Inspiration and role model. Sorry, Paul. I'm under strict orders to keep it nice, so I can't be taking the mick. But in all seriousness, Paul and Kim have had a massive impact in mine and Charlotte's lives. We wouldn't be in the position today without their help. The love and the support that they've given us both, I am truly grateful. The next part, I was going to go on about the toilet situation. So now you all know what happened with the toilet, as Charlotte took one for the team on that. But leading on from that, the best of that situation was I took great pleasure in announcing to Paul that he did actually unblock my turd from the toilet. So, Paul, obviously I've skipped out the toilet part, but I'd like to thank you again for literally putting up with my shit. You've handled me turds, I've electrocuted you, and somehow I'm still welcome to Sunday dinner. Mum and Dad, I want to thank you for always being there for me with unconditional love and support. You've allowed me to make my own decisions in life, good or bad. I appreciate everything you've done for me, and I love you both very much. I've got some special mentions before I go all soppy on you and describe my poor proposal to Charlotte, but that'll come in a minute. Little Brad, I'd like to thank you for taking the time to learn Charlotte's chosen song and taking on the important role of performing it in front of us all today. I can honestly say you did an amazing job, and I appreciate the effort that you put into it. Thank you. Millen, I'd like to thank you for just being you and welcome me into yours and your mum's lives. I've only ever wanted to do right by you. You're a great lad, and I'm blessed to be a part of your life. I love you very much. Kobe. No, you played a very important role today. I was half expecting you to play a practical joke on us and say you'd lost the rings. But you did a great job. And I love you more than anything. Thank you for today. Bridesmaids, you've all played a massive role today. Not only today, you've all had a massive impact into the run-up to the wedding. I know Charlotte appreciates you all being by your side. And thank you for the help and support that you've given. Thank you. Now, are you ready for this? So the soppy bit, Charlotte Burton. Oh, my gorgeous wife. As some of you know, my proposal to Charlotte wasn't the fairy tale proposal that she'd probably dreamt of since being a little girl. It was far from perfect, I'll be honest. I had this an amazing idea, all thought out in my head. I'd already asked Paul and Millen for permission, and I was good to go. So picture this. A nice but cold winter's evening in a very festive-looking Amsterdam, standing on one of many bridges, and I go down on one knee to ask the most important question of my life. But it didn't quite go like that. Instead, I spent the whole 36 to 48 hours in Amsterdam pretty much stoned out of my head. And playing over the possible outcomes. Let's just say paranoia got the better of me, and I bottled it. Anyway, after spending 3 to 4 days in Amsterdam, the morning of our return flight, I was slightly annoyed with myself that I hadn't popped the question. So instead of encouraging Charlotte to take one last walk, which in hindsight would have been better than what I actually did, I sort of just passed Charlotte the ring while getting ready in the hotel room and said something along the lines of, I was thinking of asking you to marry me. At this point, unbeknown to me, Charlotte had already found the ring. From a hazy memory, I'm sure some explicit words were exchanged, but it resulted in her saying yes. I think it's safe to say Charlotte had come to the conclusion I'm not the most romantic candidate. If I can give you one bit of advice, don't plan to propose high. But here we are, the love of my life I can now call my wife. We've attempted to plan our wedding previously, but unfortunately never left the planning stage due to reasons beyond our control. So this time round, we've been planning this wedding for about a year. Well, I say we. Charlotte did all the work. As one of the best things about being a man is that weddings just seem to organise themselves. Just like the washing in our house. I tried to have an input into planning the wedding music, but apparently She's a Man-Eater isn't an appropriate song to walk down the aisle to. And neither is Highway to Hell an appropriate song to lead the ceremony to. We've definitely come a long way together and had some challenging times, but I feel we've taught each other so much along the way. No relationship is easy, and there will always be challenges waiting for us. But I can honestly say, with confidence, that as long as we always face them together, we can do anything. As I said, no relationship is easy, but ours is perfect. Charlotte, you look absolutely stunning today. I appreciate everything you do for our not-so-little family. You're an absolute diamond. You're the most selfless person I've ever met. I love you more than you could ever imagine. Yes. Now, can I all ask you to raise a glass to my beautiful wife, Charlotte? Charlotte, I love you.
That's good.
Cheers. Yeah. So, yeah, last bit now. Well, that's it from me. I'd like to end once again saying thanks to everyone for being here today. It really honestly means a lot because without you here, it wouldn't be anywhere near as special, although it would have been a lot cheaper. Anyway, I'll hand you over to our best man, Adam and Brad, who have been my good mates for many years now. Whether they will be for many more, depends on what they have to say next.
Right, I want to start this by saying he's thrown me right in the deep end to give a speech to a dyslexic person who can't read and write. So I don't have a notepad or a pen and paper to throw this together. But I was there from the very beginning when these two got together. And let me tell you, they left me on a sleepover at my house. I didn't sleep for 6 hours because they was in the room next door, and it was a metal bed. But do you know what? I wouldn't change it. It was early doors. Well, I would have changed a lot about it, to be fair. But you know what? Seeing where they are now to where they came from, absolutely beautiful. So, you both look stunning today. So, Burn, could have wore a dress, but, you know. But we go where... I don't even know where to go with this now. There's so much to say. I don't know what to say because I've not got it written down. I've lost it. No, it's not good enough, that. What's that? Go with the flow. Go with the flow. I've lost it.
How long you known him, Matt?
About 20 years. But we started off as boy racers in cars, and he was more of a Penelope pit stop in his little red, in his little pink Vauxhall Corsa, racing everybody around everywhere. You know, but and I had him once on the back of a tow rope. Nobody's probably ever done this in their life. Put him on a tow rope on car, a little rope, towing him at 70 miles an hour on a piece of string. And I went, Ryan, keep the tension on the rope. Pulled up at a little roundabout. He parked on the rope. I set off. Rope snagged. I went, did you keep the tension? He went, of course I did. Well, why is it broke? We had to tie it together, put it in a little knot, and we carried on at 70 miles an hour. God knows what had happened. We survived, and we're here today. But, we've had some good times over the years, and we started back at like Dunelm when they got to meet each other originally. And like I say, I don't even know. Once I was going through a hard time in my life. Everything had fell apart. And I rang Ryan. He said, we're staying at Blackpool in a caravan. He went, you and the kids come over. We've got space for you. And he meant the world to me, because I couldn't give it to my kids at the time. So I went over, Charlotte and Ryan fell in love with my little girl. And Charlotte kept saying, do you know what? I think I want another one. 2 months later, I got a phone call. She's pregnant. And I thought, this is my fault. This is my fault. 14 months later, I get another phone call. She's pregnant again. And to this day, I still don't understand why he's not asked me for maintenance. But for that, I want to raise a toast to the bride and groom. Bride and groom. I'm a bit dyslexic, I said that at the beginning. But, thank you.
Yeah, come on.
Well done. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, got one more speaker to go. This will be the last one before dinner. Would you like a microphone for that or not?
I like another vodka.
You had one last night, don't
Yeah. Right, well here we go. Many people say when talking to a crowd, imagine everybody naked to make it easier. But to be quite honest, I had a bit too much Viagra last night, so I thought I'd better not. So I'd just like to start off by saying thank you all for coming here today to show your love and support for the after-party piss-up. All jokes aside, what a wonderful turnout to celebrate the marriage of Ryan and Charlotte that has had to happen, seeing as he ended up with his final reminder from over the years. And once he received it, something finally clicked, that if he did not pull his finger out, he would not be punching within this relationship and would only be punching the walls within his mum and dad's spare bedroom forevermore. I'm not going to stand here and keep you for ages, so I will try and keep it short and sweet like Ryan's game. Just to let you all know that don't know, I am Brad, the better of the best men. Sorry, ads. Well, Charlotte, as I'm sure everyone would agree, you look absolutely amazing, and what a beautiful bride you are. Would you like to stand up for a moment, please?
Too late to propose now, Brad.
So if you could just stay with us for a minute, standing up. And as I'm sure everybody, I would like you all to take a good look at Charlotte, because as I'm sure that you would all agree that seeing her hair glowing on this wonderful day, wearing that gorgeous dress, is a nice change from the pants that you wear from day to day within the relationship. Thank you, Mrs. Burton. Don't think you're getting off so easily. Come on, stand up. You don't need to twirl or anything like that. No one is really interested in what you look like. We just don't want you feeling left out. So, a bit of advice from me to you to make the most of this moment, pal, because this is the last time you will ever be the centre of attention unless you fuck up. Everybody, as for Ryan, as you can all see, he does not scrub up too bad. I don't know how he has managed to peel himself out of the EIC worktop, but he has. And also turned himself into Radcliffe's answer to Gok Wan. You can have your seat back, pal. So as for my relationship with Ryan and Charlotte, I can't take you back to the days of being young, dumb, and full of cum. But where it all started was my wife Kate mentioning Charlotte to me and saying, oh, she also has a fella called Ryan that you would probably get on with. I was like, yeah, okay. She said he's an electrician. At this moment I turned interested. I was like, oh great, well there's a starting point. I'm about to rewire our house and could do with an hand. So I asked for his number and thought I'd give him a ring and asked the question and got no ifs or maybes but an answer of, can't mate, too busy. I thought, what a cocky cunt, but no worries. So next we bumped into each other in B&Q like a pair of bored-ass guys getting dragged round by our partners, where he did say, "Sorry mate, there's nothing I could do at the time when needed." So I thought, fair enough, I'll let you off. As times moved on, we all got together. Getting together was like being at the play centre with the kids, even though we was just at each other's houses. Moving on with our newer additions, it is now like being at the zoo. As for me and Ryan, we got on, we gelled, and then we started to fuck our partners off, always finding an excuse to go on a road trip. Out till daft o'clock, putting the world to rights, mooching about, driving along in the vans and picking up motorbikes, quad bikes, all just pieces of shit, really. Then we spent many more nights trying to fix the pieces of shit, which we bought. We also told Kate and Charlotte that they were bargains. We've had a couple of family holidays together, creating memories and happy times with hopefully many more to come. Because as of now, they are more than just friends to us. They have become family that we would do anything for, and I would like to wish them all the happiness in the world and more. So as I start to wrap this up, and I don't mean rap as in some sort of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air remake, I would like to say, no, wait. Do we all know Fresh Prince of Bel-Air? Right. You imagine the beat, yeah? In Radcliffe is where Ryan was born and raised. On the streets is where he spent most of his days. Chilling out, relaxing, mooching around is where he met his cougar. They started making love in the neighbourhoods. They got a little bit frisky while making love. Then out came Kobe. Hey, Mum! And several years later came Charlie and Bob. If it was up to Ryan and his knob, he would leave a little more blob and fuck off to work like, "Charlotte, I'm done." He would go to work, then many hours later pull up to the house like at 7 or 8 and shout to you, "Yo, hon, you want some fun?" She'd be like, "Hell no, I've had our kids all fucking day and all you want to do is blob and run away. I don't want another son, so you can stick your messy fun." And that's all you're getting. For the rap, yeah. You ain't getting any money over that song. I've always got to leave you wanting some more. You might get a little bit more later. So, Ryan, congratulations on finding Charlotte. Charlotte, congratulations on not being too fussy. May love, peace and prosperity be with you both always. And I would like to thank you for letting us share this wonderful and beautiful occasion with yourselves. And if everybody can all raise their drinks, give a big cheers to the happily married couple and neck the fucking lot. Thank you very much.
Come on, put your hands together for it. And didn't do right.
So I'm Gabby. For those of you who don't know, I've known Charlotte for 17 years. All the stories I'd love to tell you. We've got a table full of children and I can't. I do apologise massively. I just want to say I love you. With all of my heart, I love you. You've been through every monumental moment of my life. The good, the bad, the ugly. Mostly on my part. But in every single moment you've been there to hold my hand, to comfort me, to wipe away my tears and to share my most intimate secrets. You hold me up when I feel weak and you encourage me in every single doubt. You are truly heaven sent. And there isn't enough I can do or say to repay for the love and the guidance and support you give me every day. Ryan, you've done more than you could ever do. You make her smile, a real smile. And that's all I've ever wanted for her. Her happiness is because of you. The family you created with her, my 4 perfect boys. I love you both from the bottom of my heart for being the best extended family to me and my angels. Kim, Paul, Carl and Adele, thank you for raising the best children because they're now my besties. And just before I finish, I just want to raise a little glass to Nana Shipley. Nana Shipley. And today we celebrate you. That's it, we just celebrate you. So to Charlotte and Ryan, the best mum and dad and my best friends, here's to you. May you have a lifetime of happiness and abundance of love. I love you always and forever.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. My love story.
was so lovely.
Some say love is a winding road, carves a map through the darkest night. Some say love takes a heavy load, helps someone make the burden light, teaches you not to hold too tight. You and I have come a long way together. You and I got a long way to go. You don't have to ask me now or never, 'cause I'm already yours and you'll always be mine. Some say love is a fire that grows, bound to hurt when you let it go. Some say love is a choice we make, a holy vow we should never break. And maybe that's just the chance we take.